This is Colorado's own Channel 2 News Daybreak.
Plus, it's a condition that affects families and children around the world. Right after the break, what parents need to know about ADHD and how to get the right diagnosis for kids. But first, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or better known as ADHD, is a neurodevelopmental disorder affecting both children and adults around the globe. And we have Shawn Talbott here with us, and he's going to be talking to us this morning about how advocates are using October as ADHD Awareness Month.
That's right. October is ADHD Awareness Month, and we want people to realize that ADHD isn't just that you can't focus. It's that maybe you're not thriving in your job or in your life or in your family. There's a lot of things that can affect your overall function that's not just about focus.
Why is it important to bring awareness to this and have a month dedicated to doing so?
Well, you know, a lot of times we think about ADHD as only something that happens to little kids in school, right? But it really is something that can happen to teenagers. It can affect relationships. It can affect adults. Lots of people are sort of on this spectrum of ADHD, and there's lots of natural things that we can do to help people improve how they think and how they behave.
And so one of the misconceptions is you can be diagnosed as an adult.
That's right. There's lots of adults that have ADHD, and it really is something that affects their ability to interact with other people. They'll interrupt people. They won't pick up on social cues. They won't be able to stay on task at work, and it really affects every aspect of their life.
And so now a lot of folks who come into this diagnosis are prescribed things like Ritalin.
That's right.
But that doesn't always have to be the case.
It doesn't have to be the first-line therapy, right? Ritalin and Adderall and those sorts of drugs are there for people who need that, and that's fine. But why would you not take a natural approach if you knew that, you know, something in fruits and vegetables or some kind of spice could actually have equivalent benefits to one of those prescription medications? So, you know, try natural first before you go synthetic is my approach as a nutritionist.
And you brought us some props. We're looking at apples right now. Apple's good.
Apple is good because it has a little bit of sugar and it has these flavonoids called quercetin that can increase blood flow to your brain and allow your brain to wake up and do what it's supposed to do.
As opposed to processed sugar.
As opposed to reaching for a soda or reaching for a, you know, sweetened coffee or something like that. You know, sugar isn't necessarily bad, but it's a sort of a dose response kind of a thing. A little bit of sugar, maybe 4 or 5 grams, can wake up the brain, but you don't want 30 or 40 grams that is in a soda.
I want to ask you about the pomegranate juice as well that we saw over on the table.
Pomegranate's one of my favorite things, whether it's juice or whether it's the seeds that you get out of the fruit. That can open up your blood vessels and actually activate areas of the brain that let your brain do more work and calm your brain at the same time. And those might sound like opposites, but it actually puts you in this zone where you can do really good quality work.
This is really fascinating stuff. Thank you so much for being here with us and teaching us about these alternative ways to go about managing your symptoms.
My pleasure.
We appreciate it. All right, let's get a check of the weather with